Hi Pisces. Welcome to your reading. This is a general reading for September 2017. Let's talk about it. As far as the energy is concerned, the sort of general energy, it's very scattered in a way, and there's an apathy sort of coming in for practical concerns a little bit, and more of a focus on the experience, right? Of wanting to experience things, and still of this sort of physical realm, but not of the in a practical sense. And there could be some frustration involved, of feeling of maybe wanting to be a little more flexible yourself, but not knowing how to achieve that, I guess, or a little more productive in that kind of thing, but feeling like you don't have so much control over that, maybe. Yeah, definitely kind of a frustrated feeling, and a kind of a little bit of a lack of caring, and a what is the word I'm looking for? Like an automatic action, kind of, if that makes any sense. Just sort of like behaviors coming up that are subconscious behaviors that you don't really have a lot of control over, or something like that, and there could be some frustration leading from that, coming from that. And it is a very kind of extroverted vibe, right? I'm kind of getting that there's some withdrawing due to that kind of like this kind of like nervousness or whatever, but a trying to integrate, and a trying to want to reach out, that kind of thing. But again, a frustration and a feeling of not being in control, and so maybe a situation is coming up or something where you're less, it's not your strong suit or something, right? And you're kind of having to cope with that, and start from a less professional standpoint, or whatever. Yeah, I'm ready to move on from this little draw here. They're kind of stressing me out. I'm gonna put down some more cards for this, about this situation, that are advice for you. So hopefully that'll be enlightening and whatever, and give you something to work with. Yeah. Be right back. Okay, Pisces, I'm back with your advice. I think that in addition to there being a focus on the physical, and a shift in your focus in the physical, if that makes any sense, like a shift as far as like your focus goes, there could also be a heightened sense of awareness and sensitivity to your physical environment, and that kind of thing. So I think that's kind of something that they want you to be conscious of. They, meaning my cards, I don't know. So what I'm kind of seeing in this little spread right here is very similar energy between what they don't want you to do and what they do want you to do, with the difference of they don't want you to be quite as concerned with being so active and productive, if that makes sense, because I think that's where some of the stress is coming from, right? Is this concern that you're not being as productive as you could be, maybe, or as you feel you could be, or feel you should be, or something like that. And what they do want you to do is to steady yourself, basically, where it comes to your environment, and to try to give yourself breaks when you can, not be too too wound up about where you're going and what you're doing, and just try to kind of stay steady, you know what I mean, and be aware and conscious of your environment and how it's affecting you, and if you can, make some changes so that you're not in a bad way because of it, I guess, physically or mentally or otherwise. Yeah, there's still a physical energy for the recommended information, information or whatever. But it's very subdued. It's calmed down. It's very much about finding your grounding and staying kind of grounded and living within that realm still, but in a little bit more of a controlled way. No, not controlled. I shouldn't say that. That's the not recommended energy. Maybe you'll be able to gain a little bit more of a sense of control, is what I should say. If you relax on the control bit, you know what I mean. Don't expect yourself to be able to control everything, and then once you're kind of stable and you feel a little bit grounded and you feel like you can breathe and whatnot, that's kind of enough control, right? That'll give you a sense of control, if that makes sense. Less control over your environment, more control over yourself within the environment, and or adjusting your environments, like where you are, you know what I mean. Go somewhere else if you can, if possible. If there are certain places that you have to be at, that are stressful to you, use your downtime or sometime when you don't have to be there to go be somewhere that's going to be the opposite, and that's going to help you be a little more level-headed and feel like you can breathe. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. Let me draw a couple more cards while the camera's on, I guess. I don't usually do that because my camera doesn't record for that long. Yeah. I'm feeling like it's making sense, but it's a little bit vague. Like maybe I can get a little bit more specific on how to do that, right? How to remain a little bit less active and a little bit more stable. Just involving yourself a little bit less, right? Take a step back on not everything, because that's probably not practical, but like see where you in your life you may be able to take a little bit of a step back and try to do that, at least just for now, for your own health, your mental health, physical health, and whatnot. And seek physical comforts too. Definitely. This 9 card right here is very, of course you don't know what I'm pointing at. This one, if I put it even with my face, it'll be in focus. There. It's a comfort card, right? It's a contentment card. Well, maybe I just said everything I needed to say while I was shuffling, so let's see what we get here. I said I was going to make these videos shorter, and I'm making it longer. This is why I don't read on camera. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing in this middle card this stabilizing, right? This was kind of the energy that you weren't stoked on from the previous part of the spread, was this Taurus card here, this sort of practicality, right? That you were kind of, or that I was feeling that you were kind of exhausted by, I guess I should say. Surrounded by despair and aggression, which is just great. Let's see if I can explain this a little bit. Again, with the 4 and 8, the despair is a 4 card, the aggression is an 8 card, and we have some 4 and some 8 symbolism too, also. So yeah, I would definitely say it's a little bit more of a matter of releasing and letting go, right? Rather than holding on to that, and both have this element of stability, and so I feel like there's a feeling of this need to hold on and keep control, right? And to be interacting and be everywhere and be inside of everything, in order to gain that sense of control, or a sense of stability. Sorry, which can also be gained, perhaps better, I guess, in a better way, or a more healthy way for you at this time, through releasing some things, right? Giving up on some things, I guess, which sounds a little bit strange, but and it may feel that way. It may feel that you're giving up on some of your obligations or whatever, but it might also be necessary, right? And think about if it's necessary. Be realistic about your, as I said, your mental health, your physical health, and where you might have to take a step back, just because it could be kind of a rough and rocky time if you don't, I guess. So yes, good luck with that. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.